I want to ask you a question. What is your greatest accomplishment? In your lifetime, what is the number one thing that stands out to you? When I ask you what is your greatest accomplishment, what is the first thing that pops into your head? Give this some thought. What is the greatest thing that you have done in your 15 years of living, or your 20 years of living, 25, 30 years of living? What is the most proud thing that you have done that on your resume you can show for? For me, I am 20 years old, and my greatest accomplishments are probably, I don't know, becoming a lead at a job that I hated, or maybe it was when I was in college and I got a grade of 96 for one of my classes, or maybe it was last year when I won a 5K. Yeah, those aren't the best accomplishments. Admit it right now that you and I are both losers. Admit it. Say it with chest. Don't be a wimp. Say, I am a loser. I want you to fully acknowledge that. Don't try to make it less than what it actually is. You are a loser. That's why you're watching this video, honestly, and you know it. You and I are both losers. We haven't accomplished anything significant in life. We don't have a reputation. We don't have a status. We don't really have anything to lose because we have done nothing. So now let me ask you another question. If you and I are both losers, which we are, we don't have anything to lose, then why do we live our lives acting like we are someone who has something to lose? Real quickly, if you are still watching this video, that means that you have a top 1% attention span. So mad respect to you if you are still here. That means that you are ahead of 99% of people, that you aren't satisfied with who you are and where you are in life, that you aspire to be something greater. So I have mad respect for you if you are still here watching this video. If you don't know who I am, my name is Matthew, and I help men become the biggest versions of themselves through self-improvement. I'm trying to reach 100 subscribers by the end of this year. Right now, I am at 36 subscribers. So if you could like and subscribe and do all that shit, it really helps me out. Back to the video. Why aren't you and I taking bigger risks in life? If you are under 30 years old, even if you're under like 35 years old, then you should be taking as many risks as you can to try to reach your goals in life. And you want to know why? Because you and I, we are still young, and we have the time, and we have the energy, and we still have the focus to chase our dreams at the best rate possible. People think 35 years old is like an old age for someone, which it's not. I'd say that's when you are on the downside, when you start hitting the downside of your peak. Men hit their peak at like 30 years old, 28 years old, something like that. So you're starting to grow out of your peak at like 35, 36-ish. So that's what I'm saying, is that up to that point, you should be taking as many risks as possible, trying to make your dreams become a reality. Because even if you fail, even if you try and fail over and over again until you're 35, you can still get a full-time 9-to-5 job, and then you can become an average person. You can then, if you want, to give up on your dreams, and you will have not lost any time. You can catch up to the average person very quickly. It's not that hard. The standard to become an average is so low that for me, I can spend the next 15 years of my life trying to make my dream become a reality, and if it doesn't, then I can easily catch up to the average, which is not that hard to reach. When I started thinking about this, I didn't quite comprehend the simplicity but profoundness of this statement, is that when you have nothing to lose, you have nothing to lose, and there are only things to gain. You are at rock bottom. The only way to go is up. The upside is so much more than you can imagine. You might be trying to chase a certain dream, and that's what you're aiming for, but you might go above and beyond that dream, and you can accomplish so much more than you ever even thought was possible. So the upside is everything. It's endless possibilities. And the downside is nothing, because you and I have nothing right now. We have nothing to show for, nothing to lose. No reputation that is at risk. And like I said, right now is the best time for us to take as many shots at our goals as possible. Because again, we have the most focus, we have the most energy, we have the most time, the least amount of responsibilities right now while we are young. And again, if we fail, if we truly try and fail, then one, I know for a fact that you and I will not regret it in the future. We will be happy that we tried to make our lives become better. But I think you and I will be content in the future knowing that we did try and that we made ourselves uncomfortable on purpose and that we didn't live a comfortable life, that we tried to become more of ourselves, that we challenged ourselves every single day to try and make our dreams become a reality. And I'm pretty sure you and I will succeed. I actually fully believe that. I believe that anything you put your mind to, you can and will achieve. You just have to commit. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video to help you become aware of this reality that we should be taking as many risks as possible, that we should try to put in as much time and effort into our goals. That right now is the time to act and to take risks, because if not now, then when? Now is the best time for us to do that. And I really hope that you start doing this, because I'm starting to do it and it's a little bit scary, of course, but one, it makes you feel alive. And two, I also know that my deathbed self will be proud of me right now for taking these risks, for forcing myself to be uncomfortable. I know that he will be proud of me and he will not regret doing any of this. No matter how much I fail, no matter how much people talk about me behind my back, no matter how much people make fun of me online, my older self will be proud of me for doing this. I know that for a fact. So hopefully you will now too. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe and do all that shit. My name is Matthew and I will see you next time. We don't have anything to lose. Then why do we live our lives acting like we are someone who has something to lose? I like that. I like that. My snap, y'all laugh. Y'all better surrender and take out your white flags and cancel your flight plans.